it does. It's a fall hockey, just, it's like a tradition, we always get busy.
I remember some point.
Yeah, maybe now where is it? Oh, wow. gonna take up more space. That's awesome. Okay.
Like the others.
That's good stuff.
That's what most of my friends are.
You-
And I would say that 98%
Sucking.
of all the kids that we do home go out to see one.
That's what
This is-
I guess it was just two couples, I was at another couple's house.
And all of them,
I know.
all of them, and all of them stayed and did their service.
There's my lodges here. Well, like my husband's sister work, really supposed to be, so, yeah, hopefully the next year.
Because of such a nice community.
Obviously glad to hear about it. Well, I guess we'll
So
see.
it's like we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Found that a good way out of, well, instead of going to college, they really haven't known a lot about it already because it teaches you discipline, it's huge.
As the kids. She'll visit sister I, so Shannon's gonna decide what she needs to do. Susan? Yeah. She sent in all her applications.
It would be
She
great
needs
if
to
they
decide
had
how
a
she wants
bunch
to
of
stay.
kids from
Like
here
which school to pick.
went to, say, the army.
Well, her top is between Sacred Heart and Brick. I wish she was
that
a
Where's Sacred Heart?
Fairfield, Connecticut. So, she was applied to medical school pharmacy too. So that's kind of like city. But she wanted something that has a campus like, so. That one's more spread out through the city. So there's not like a lot of, they have clubs, but not like. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Well, my older one doesn't live on campus, so she's a,
Okay.
yeah. She didn't want to be on campus. She's looking for her out to find roommates, so,
Getting creative,
That's good. Yeah, that's fine.
finding out what,
that's her goal. But otherwise, yeah, they're doing good.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Central Fort City Council today, Monday, February 9, 2026, at 6 o'clock. Mr. Clerk, please roll call.
Council President Baena. Present. Council President Kazarian. Present. Council President Peguero. Present. Council President Rosado Martinez. Absent. Council President Solano. Present. Council President Pro Tem Rivas Lugo.
Present.
And Council President Ferry is absent.
Next item, please,
Next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is public comment.
public comment open, no one registered for public comment closed.
Next item on the agenda under 4 is approval of minutes. Minutes of January 29, 2026, special city council meeting.
All right, for the formal code review, the minute of the. Your formal code review, and don't have any comments, questions, I need a motion to approve. Councilman Solano made the motion. Councilman Baena second, with that say, in favor say aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is executive communication. Under A, consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Leonardo Maldonado of Central Falls, Rhode Island, to the Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission with the term set to expire February 9, 2029.
All right. Mr. Leonardo is not here yet?
No.
All right. We can move to the next one, is it correct?
Under B is consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Mr. Yerson Vargas, Central Falls, to the Central Falls Arts and Culture and Tourism Commission with the term set to expire February 9, 2029.
Good evening, members of the City Council. I hope that you are all staying warm on this chilly evening. Tonight we have before you for your consideration the appointment of Mr. Gerson Vargas for the Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission. This is a new commission with the purpose to develop plans to enhance tourism and arts in the city of Central Falls. And Mr. Gerson is a decades-long resident of the city who is deeply committed and passionate about uplifting arts, culture, and tourism here in Central Falls. With his experience as a business owner, he will be able to contribute greatly to making connections with our business community and engaging them in this new commission's mission. So we thank you in advance for your consideration, and Mr. Vargas is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Sheila.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Mr. Vargas, American President of Fox City Council. For me, this commission is very, very important. I have it more on my heart and the one out of this commission for our culture by my former position by Park and Recreation Director. I working very strong with this administration and all the Park and Recreation team. Keep working for more art, culture, and tourism in the city of Central Falls. I know with people like you and the other members of this board and the other Central Falls residents can contribute and help in the city of Central Falls and this administration to work better, harder, and stronger for share what Central Falls have for the all Royal Islanders and also the all people in this amazing nation and out the country. I want to say thank you for being available for keep there. The city of Central Falls, you resume about you, how the chief of say you are the business owner for many years, city resident for years, and you can understand what we need, what we look, and for what we are working on it. And thank you so much. That's my comment for that. I don't know if any of my colleagues have questions or comment from Mr. Vargas.
Mr. Varga, I noticed that you're OSHA certified.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What does it take you to be certified in OSHA?
So you start with the 8 hours of classes, and then you actually put that into practice, different job sites or the supervision positions and construction supervision, or either your journeyman in carpentry or floor laying. Then about a year or so after that, you go in for 20 hours of certification. Then after that, a company has to sponsor you or require that you have 30 hours. So over the certification, by then you go to another orientation of another 10 hours. So it takes about 3 to 4 years to achieve 30 years, yeah.
All right, thank you.
30 hours, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There's those different 3 words.
I only ask because I know it's, I understand, I know this is clear.
Sure.
Anyone else? Or if any of my colleagues don't have questions or comment, I need a motion to approve. Mr. Gerson Vargas. Councilman Pereira made the motion. Councilman Solano second. With the same report.
Councilperson Baena?
Yes.
Councilperson Pizarro?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rivas?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Mr. Vargas.
Next item on the agenda, under C, is consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Calvin Ramirez of Central Falls to the Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission with the term set to expire February 9, 2029.
So for our next appointment to the Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission, we have Mr. Kelvin Ramirez Ovalle. This gentleman brings years of experience in multimedia creation and web development, and as a longtime resident of the city, he is deeply committed to the mission of this commission, which is uplifting arts, culture, and tourism in the city of Central Falls. And Mr. Ramirez Ovalle is here to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Thank you, Chief of Staff.
I'm here, thank you so much. Do I have to go there?
If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Mr. Ramirez, thank you for being here in the City of City Council. Just I want to start with say thank you for being available to serve the city of Central Falls resident. How do I see your resume and working with you in other capacities? I want to say thank you for give your contributions with the social media or the media or the developer. Can you have experience for keep working with the culture and art board? Thank you for that. Very grateful for having you for the city resident and in the board of the art and culture. I don't know if any of my colleagues have questions coming from Mr. Ramirez.
Mr. Ramirez. I know Mr. Ramirez, he's a very different, great person.
Thank you.
Any other question coming from Mr. Ramirez? Anyone have question coming from Mr. Ramirez? I need a motion to approve. Councilman Pereira made the motion.
I'll second that.
Councilman Casarian second. With that say, roll call please.
Councilperson Baena?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Tejedo?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rodriguez Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Next item on the agenda is consideration of appointment of Mayor Maria Rivera of Shirley Castellanos of Central Falls and Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission with the term set to expire February 9th, 2021.
Thank you. We now have for your consideration the appointment of Ms. Shirley Castellanos. Many of you know her as one of the leaders of Mujeres Positivas here in the city of Central Falls. She is skillful in community outreach. She has extensive volunteer experience serving the community here and an overall dedication to ensuring that Central Falls is celebrated and recognized for its amazing arts, culture, and tourism scene. So we recommend Ms. Shirley without hesitation, and she is also here to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Thank you, Director. Because I think you're not welcome to the Central Falls City Council to see you here. As I say to the other candidate, for me it's a pleasure to having you here serving to the city of Central Falls in different roles. One of them is the Mujeres Positivas. You do a great job with that organization. And also now I know you can do a great job working with the art and culture and tourism board, because I know you have the vision, the love, and the passion for this community. I know with all your capacity and your love, you can do it. This for all the Central Falls residents. With that said, I want to say thank you for your availability to serve. And I don't know if any of my colleagues have questions or comment from Ms. Castellano, but with that said, I say thank you again.
Council President Rivas, I do have first a comment towards yourself. I just want to thank you for your leadership on on this Arts Council. I think that, this is something that our city has needed for a long time, and I really appreciate your thought and care for bringing this forth. And as far as Shirley, we've worked in many different capacities. I see the love that you have for the community, and the ability you have in bringing people together through culture and otherwise. And so I think you're going to be a great addition to this council. So.
That's all I agree. I think you definitely just perfect for that.
Thank you, Councilor. I see anyone have question or comment, I need a motion to approve Mr. Castellanos.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Baena made the motion. Councilman Pereira second, with the same roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Diana,
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian,
Yes.
Councilperson Toledo,
Yes.
Councilperson Solano,
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rita Soto.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations and thank you again.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda under E is consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Mr. Daniel Fox of Central Falls to the Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission with the term set to expire February 9th, 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. As the final appointment for this new Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission, we have Mr. Daniel Klotz. Each of you have his resume available. Unfortunately, Mr. Klotz cannot be present due to a personal matter, but he is a longtime resident, has served on the Planning and Zoning Board for a number of years, and has a deep understanding of effective communications, community development, and his experience and insight and commitment to the city would make him a valuable and engaged contributor of the commission. I'm happy to answer any questions on Mr. Klotz's behalf, but I thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Chief. We, by my personal character, I know very well Mr. Dan Klotz. I know my colleague know Mr. Dan also for a long time ago. He served the city center for different work, how you mentioned. I'm happy to be Mr. Klotz here, but I know he can make it for personal issues. But with that said, I'm very good to move forward with this nomination. I don't see my colleagues have any questions coming about it. Okay, see my colleagues don't have any question. I need a motion to approve Mr. Klotz.
I'll make the motion.
Councilman Casaria made the motion, Councilman Peguero second, with the same roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Diana,
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian,
Yes.
Councilperson Toledo,
Yes.
Councilperson Solano,
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rita Soto.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Mr. Clerk, Mr. Leonardo Maldonado, the first nominee, is here already.
The next item on the agenda, under consideration of appointment by Mayor Maria Rivera, is Mr. Leonardo Maldonado of Central Falls to the Central Falls Arts, Culture, and Tourism Commission with the term set to expire February 9th, 2029.
Mr. Clerk, we have, this will actually be our final appointment to this board before you for your consideration. Mr. Maldonado possesses over 20 years of experience in marketing and design, specifically for cultural institutions and organizations, which will just bring a breadth of knowledge and expertise to this commission. We know he will be able to contribute greatly, and thank you in advance for your consideration. And as Councilman Protep mentioned, he is here, present, and available to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Chief. Hello, Mr. Maldonado, welcome to the Center for City Council. Again, I want to say thank you to be available to serve to our residents. I know you are long Center for residents for many years. I know you very well, your family. All of you guys do a great job here in the city, including you, amazing sister, Mr. Henry Maldonado, de Fuerza Laboral. So I say thank you. You had the all capacity for working in this board, for keep contributing to our art and culture in Central Falls. With that said, I want to say thank you. Welcome. I know my colleague maybe has a question or comment for you. Any question or comment for Mr. Maldonado? I see any of my colleagues have questions. Do you want to say something, Mr. Maldonado? Okay, perfect. With that said, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion. Councilman Peguero second. With that same protocol, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Diana,
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian,
Yes.
Councilperson Toledo,
Yes.
Councilperson Solano,
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rita Soto.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations, Mr. Maldonado.
The next item on the agenda under F is consideration of reappointment by Mayor Maria Rivera of Ms. Annette Martinez of Central Falls to the Central Falls Juvenile Hearing Board Commission with a term set to expire February 9th, 2029.
As Mr. Clerk mentioned, we now have before you for your consideration the reappointment of Ms. Annette Martinez to the Juvenile Hearing Board. Annette is a longtime resident of Central Falls and has spent the greater part of her life serving youth in Central Falls through many different capacities, as you all know. She served as a member of the Central Falls School District Board of Trustees, vice president of the Panthers football and cheer organization, and has served on the Juvenile Hearing Board since 2021. And in every capacity, Annette shows her unwavering dedication to serving youth in our community day in and day out. I did want to highlight that she recently was recognized as the 2025 Rhode Island Community and Justice Awardee for her outstanding work on this board, on the Central Falls Juvenile Hearing Board. And so we are confident that she will continue to serve the community well. And thank you in advance for your consideration. She is also here to answer any questions that you may have today.
Thank you, Sheila. Hello, Ms. Martinez, how are you? Welcome to the Central Falls City Council. With the ownership of that say about you, we know you very well. I know you served this community for many years in different roles. I don't have any question for you, just I want to say thank you again for keep working here, being board, and helping our president. And just say everything. Thank you so much. Any of my colleagues have questions?
I would comment on what you said as well. You work very well with the community, so thank you for your service. It's really appreciated. I'm sure the residents and the youth really appreciate it as well. So thank you.
Anyone
I
else?
think you really, was excellent. I just wonder, when you get mad, what do you get mad? Home? Because I always see you smiling. No, I really, agree. I think it's just cool. That's
I echo everything my colleagues already have said. I mean, that we're everywhere and anywhere. From sports to education to making sure that they're good, not in trouble. You're there and you're serving as a mentor. I was there, we were recognized, and definitely, shows your leadership. In everything that that let's make the motion.
All right. With that say, the councilwoman right now make the motion. Second. Councilman Peguero second. Please roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Bennett?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
The next item on the agenda is a proclamation of the mayor of the city of Central Falls proclaiming the month of February 2025 as Black History Month in the city of Central Falls.
Not much needs to be said about this. Obviously, we know that the month of February is recognized and celebrated nationally as Black History Month. And Mayor Rivera just wanted to be able to recognize that here in the city of Central Falls as well.
Thank you, Chief Staff. By the Council President Pro Tem, I spoke with my colleague, we joined the Mayor Rivera in this proclamation to the Black History Month in the city of Central Falls.
The next item on the agenda under H is Department Financial Reports for January 2026, the City Clerk's Office, Department of Public Works and Code Enforcement, Fire Department, Police Department, and Finance Department. Next item on the agenda under New Business is a presentation by Ms. Erica Olbreth of CBIZ CPAs regarding the audit results of fiscal year ending June 30th, 2020.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so I think you have the financial statements for June 30th, 2025, which were issued. And I'm going to take you through the presentation. If you have any questions, you can go from whenever you decide. So I'm just going to flip right to slide 4. So this really goes over the different audit opinions that are in your package. With this audit, you have a financial statement audit opinion. You also have a governmental auditing standards report based on the federal funding that you have. And you also have a uniform guidance report based on compliance with federal funding. So basically, if you look at the first on slide 4, you want the opinion to the financial statements. So again, based on our testing and our risk assessments that were done, it's a clean, unmodified opinion, which is what you want. And that's on the financial statements, and those are presented under generally accepted accounting principles. So we also like to note during our audit, there was nothing noted from a fraud or illegal act. We didn't identify anything that we need to report. No material uncertainties were noted. Based on our plan and strategy from the beginning, we didn't change our approach during the audit. So on the next slide, 5, this really talks about the report on supplemental information. So this would be all of the fund statements in the back, which gives you the details of each fund that you maintain. So basically we look at that and we do the audit work around that, and it's all fairly stated based on the financial statements as a whole. So that's what's in there for the supplemental information. On the next slide here, for slide 6, we talk about the government auditing standards report. So this is basically the report that looks at internal controls over financial reporting. There were no material weaknesses, no significant deficiencies noted. So again, a clean opinion there, which is great. You're reporting under federal uniform guidance. Again, 2 programs were selected, CDBG and the Economic Development Incentive. So those are the 2 programs selected this year. Again, in all material respects, the compliance requirements were followed for those programs. So that's a clean opinion on the compliance testing. And then on slide 7, so this really goes over, basically the accounting policies are in your financials in note 1. There's a lot of information in your notes. It talks about all the different standards that have been adopted throughout the years, and how things are recognized from a revenue rec standpoint, how accruals are recognized as well. This year there were 2 different GASB new statements that came out. So one was on compensated absences, so that was implemented in fiscal 25. And then there was one on certain risk disclosures that was for fiscal 25. Didn't really impact your statements at all, but that is noted in there. No significant unusual transactions during the audit, and there were no alternative accounting policies. Everything was under generally accepted accounting standards. On the next slide here, 8, this really goes over the required communications with governance. So again, we have, during the audit process, there are some adjustments we may make with discussions with management as we're working through the final reconciliations. There were no material entries that we identified that management wasn't aware of, so that was good. There were no adjustments that we brought to management's attention that we had to pass on. So everything that we brought to their attention is posted in your financials. Financial statement disclosures that I just like to point out, there's a lot of information, is note 9 on the pension plans, note 10 on the other employment benefit plans. So there's a lot of information, the assumptions that are built into those liabilities. So there's a lot of information in those footnotes. The next disclosure here really just talks about if the financial statements are put into an annual report or anything, we would just like to have a read through to make sure that it's materially consistent with the reporting. Related party matters, any types of related party transactions, if material, would be in your financial statement notes. Nothing different from the prior years. On page 9, which is slide 9, the audit went very smoothly. We didn't have any disagreements with management. If we asked for something, we got that in return to do our audit work. There was no other consultations with any other firms on the treatment of any accounting standards. And we didn't have any consultations outside of our engagement team. There were no other issues conditional to the retention, and we didn't have any significant difficulties during the audit. The next slide, on slide 10, really just talks about estimates, judgments. So in any financial statement that you look at, there are estimates built into them. And those are all really disclosed in your notes. That's why we have the readers read the notes along with the financial statements. So some of the ones I'd like to point out is the estimate of the net pension liability, the estimate of the net OPEB liability. Those are very significant liabilities on the city's books. And again, there is a lot of assumptions built into that the actuaries use to develop those. The estimate of the allowance for doubtful accounts. So when you put a receivable on the books, how much you estimate to collect if it's not 100%. And then useful life of capital assets. So if you put a building on the books and it's over 27 years, that calculates your depreciation expense. So those are all in the footnotes and disclosed as to what is selected for those financial statements. So the next few slides, I'll just really kind of go over the results for 6/30/25. So in your financial statements, there's a few different, it starts because you have fund reporting and then you have the financial statements under government-wide reporting. So the information on these few slides in the front are really the city in total once you do all of the conversion entries with the debt and the capital assets. So total assets in 25 were about 135.6 million. Last year that was about 71.2. Again, a lot of capital activity with the new high school, so you'll see that change in the assets. Deferred outflows are all related to the change in timing on assumptions from the OPEB and the pension. The liabilities went down a little bit. That's really timing of when the debt payments are made and the accounts payable that is outstanding. On the deferred inflows, again, those are all OPEB and pension related, all built in from the assumptions from the actuary. Those come directly from the actuary reports. An overall net position as of 6/30/25 is about 99.5 million. Last year was about 31 million. So on slide 12, really goes over the changes in that position. So your revenues and your expenses. So for fiscal 25, your program revenues, which includes a significant amount of capital grants for the new high school. So it's about 72.4 million versus last year it was about 21 million. General revenue is fairly consistent, and that's really where the taxes and other grants are captured. So that was about 21 million versus 20 million last year. And total expenses, 25 million versus 24 million. So the expenses were fairly consistent. So overall change in net position for fiscal 25 is about 68 million, which was an increase to your net position. Last year was about 17.3. So just keep in mind, a lot of that was all capital related to take care of the construction for the new high school. So on slide 13 and 14, like if you look at them together, because it's cut off because of the pages. So this is really your governmental funds balance sheet. So this is really identified like your general fund. This shows the new high school fund and how it's all tracked as a snapshot in time for 6/30/25. So this really shows you what your assets and liabilities on the fund level would be. So your general fund overall has about $11 million in assets, and overall liabilities about 11.5, and fund balance is about 5.1 of that. And you'll notice all the way to the right-hand side, other governmental funds. So that column, you'll see all the detail in the back schedules, which sums up to that column. So it's a number of different funds that rolls into that don't meet the definition of a major fund. These other few have to be presented separately because they meet the definition of a major fund. And that can change from year to year depending on the activity. So I'll go over to page 15. So this is the statement of revenues and expenditures on the fund statements. So this really shows your general fund activity. on a GAAP presentation. So your general fund had excess revenues over expenditures of 1.3 million for June 30th, 2025. And then overall fund balance comes down to 5.1. And then you'll notice the city as a whole overall was an increase of 96.5. And then the overall fund balance is 8.3 million.
When you said 1.3 million was the,
Yeah, so if you look on the page 16, all the way down in that first column, that 1260, so that would be the increase in your general fund and assets or fund
I
balance.
was trying to find that number.
I was just rounding.
No worries.
So the next few pages here, 17. So this is really your budget to actual on the budgetary basis. So I put this in here for you guys to, it's very familiar to what you're seeing on a monthly basis. So this shows, your budget of 21.1 million in revenue, and you came in at 22.3 million. So above budget for the revenue side. Again, all the line items were above budget, so not just one specific area. And then the next few pages really go over the expenditure categories. It's really rolled up by department. And in your financials, it's very much more detailed. It goes to the payroll line item, what you're paying for maintenance. But this is really at the department level. So if you go to page 19, overall budgetary surplus of 1.1 million. And then I'm going to go to page 20, which really just talks about your net pension and OPEB liabilities or assets. So all the pensions you have are with the state mayor's plan. You have a police and fire legacy plan, which has a liability of about 22.6 million. Police and fire, it has an asset at this point in time. So more money has been put into it than the liability has been calculated, so that's about $80,000. And then the municipal plan is about 1.4 million in a liability. All the ARC payments, which is the annual required contributions, were made for fiscal 25, so your actuary calculates what you should be making based on the investment performance and assumptions, and those were all made for fiscal 25. On the net OPEB liabilities, that's about $1 million as of 6/30. And your funding ratio increased from 57% to 41%, so that's a good thing. That means you're funding in the right way, so you want it to go up, you want your ratio to go up.
Thank you for answering that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And then page 21, this really just goes over some of the IT control items that we've discussed over the years. The cybersecurity program, it's always, we always want to point that out to any type of organization, city, town. But we just want to make sure that you're aware there is always a risk with doing things online, just making sure that those policies are reviewed and, you're putting money into those types of programs. And I know money has been invested in this, it's just making sure we keep up with it on a regular basis. And then we said that business users own all administrative user accounts, no IT is involved in managing IT systems. So what we, on the IT side, is we like to make sure that there's someone else involved other than management to make sure that the right people are getting access to the systems, and that there's like a second set of eyes of who's giving access, and that you're monitoring that and reviewing it on a regular basis. So like if you have a termination and someone's still active in your system, making sure that's reviewed regularly and their access is cut as soon as they leave,
And you're saying you don't have someone
Right now, you don't have the resources for dedicated IT. Right now it's being done internally, and that just having that external person or someone in IT to do that outside of the management involved in the systems. And the other one here is Central Falls does not perform user control access reviews due to staffing sizes. So basically, what we suggest is quarterly to review the access, right? To say, okay, I have 10 employees. Are the right 5 people assigned to my general ledger? Are the right people assigned to my payroll? And making sure that that's reviewed timely and, there's a second set of eyes based on, the job they're doing and what they're supposed to have access to.
When you, so here on the status, when you say system access, what system is that specific, or systems?
So that'll be like your general ledger, your accounting system, or like your payroll access with
Like the
ADP.
finance,
Yeah.
mostly?
And that's pretty much the presentation. I mean, I can answer any questions. The rest of the package really just kind of gives you information on CBIZ, CPAs, the changes in the uniform guidance. The threshold will go up to $1 million for next year, but you'll probably be over that amount, so it really won't affect you. And there's just some different things, with the threshold on the de minimis for indirect costs, those are changing. So there's just some revisions to the uniform guidance. Those are the big changes that are happening next year. There are some new reporting models coming out for GASB 103. So that will be something we'll work with Mary to make sure she has the right templates, make sure that the financial statements are reported properly next year.
Thank you for the presentation. So this is the first time we're getting these babies? So
Oh.
I'm wondering if, obviously, like your presentation relates to everything that's in here. And so, would you be available, or is this something we would go to Mary for? Should we have questions after we review?
Yeah, I'm available. She has my contact information, so whatever questions you have, you can just shoot me an email or we can have a call.
Okay, perfect. Just one, and this is more like a wanting to know question. You mentioned the GASB statement 101 compensated absences.
Mhm.
What is that, what was the change?
So the change was in how it was calculated. So you had to look at the policy and depending on when the time was earned, you had to estimate if it was gonna be used by the person and then actually go back to, restate your opening balance for that liability. So that was really the change.
My background in finance, that's why I like.
Yeah.
So, I catch.
They always come behind, FASB, so GASB always has to, copy them.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you so much, Erika. We appreciate your information.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Likewise.
Next item on the agenda, under B is
Yeah,
City
no,
Council,
it's free.
Civil
We
and
have
Board of
the templates
Licensing
on.
Commissioners, hearing and consideration of
Without
additional
changes.
licenses. We have a Class B liquor license application
The way
renewal.
that should happen.
La Setenta Bar and Grill LLC, doing business.
Never know.
Rona Vida Bar and Grill, 855 Broad Street, Central Falls, Nevada, 023. DBA The Exchange, formerly known as La Setenta Bar and Grill. The owner is not here because it's a renewal. He had asked for an extension, as you recall, to do some renovations on his business. During that renovation, he decided to change the name. He changed the name to La Setenta, but the applicant is still the same, lawsuit.
All right, thank you for the information, Mr. Clerk.
Mr. Clerk, on the hookah question,
Yes.
it's not selected yes or no. Do we know if they're gonna be?
We don't have any policies concerning hookah. We try to target as much as we can by putting that question there, but if they refuse to answer, there's not much we can do.
We can't enforce that. I guess it would just be nice to know if they're doing hookah in there, right?
That
For
was
safety reasons.
That was the
and
reason
otherwise.
we put the question on there, but again, they don't always check it.
Got it.
All right. Anyone have to say about it? I think nobody has to say in the motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Councilman Solano made the motion. Second. Councilman Peguero second, with the same, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Council President, I'd like to also acknowledge that Council Person Laureline Rosado Martinez arrived at 6:30.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda under B is Class C variety transfer, tabled from January 12th, 2026. Mr. Edward Jimenez, doing business as Senor Mini Market Inc., 791 Broad Street, Central Falls, to transfer of a license from Esperanza Convenience Store LLC. We do have the owners here as well. We have a transfer.
Hello, Mr. Jimenez, welcome to the Central City Council. We say here in the application, can you want to transfer from Esperanza Convenience Store to El Señor Mini Market,
Yes.
located in 791 Broad Street?
Yeah.
Okay. For how long do you start this business? You managed this business before, or you are new with this business?
It's a new business.
Okay. Do you plan to do the same, serve the same product, same everything the same, or you want to do something different?
Same.
Okay, I see you want to do the business operations 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
AM to 9 p.m.
Okay, I want to clarify for the record, Mr. Kurtz, here in the application say 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the flag say it's 9 p.m. It's Sunday to Saturday, right? The 7 days of the week. ¿Los 7 días de la semana?
Los 7 días.
Do you have this type of business before in any other city or any other state?
Just given problems.
Okay, and you still have that one or do you close it?
Todavía lo tienes o lo still have it?
Okay. With the same name? Different name?
Different name.
Okay, for how long?
4 years.
Okay. How many employees do you plan to have?
¿Cuántos empleados planeas tener en ese negocio? 2.
Okay, 2 employees for working 7 days of the week, around 10 hours per day?
Entonces,
Hay uno que trabaja, uno que trabaja para el otro día y el otro socio trabaja los otros días.
okay, so you got one person for 4 days and the rest of the week is associate works for the rest of the days.
Do you not plan to employ any city resident for the
¿No
business?
planeas emplear residentes de aquí de la ciudad de Central Falls?
Sí, I don't know.
Yeah, all leave to you.
Okay, thank you. So, any of my colleague question, Mr. Jimenez?
Mr. Jimenez, I do have one question. The bottom here says that you have or are applying for, I'm not sure, Mr. Clerk, the food business license? Aquí abajo, so at the bottom of where it says business information, it says food business license. Are you selling prepared food?
No.
Okay.
It's not grocery. It's not for the
Tiene conveniencia.
Yeah, it's more of a clarifying question, I'm not sure.
Maybe for the record, it's good to clarify in the,
Yeah.
in the quotation.
Exactly. Any question, my colleague asked all of the other ones.
Oh, I have a question. Do you plan to have the security camera in the business?
Planeas poner cámaras de seguridad en tu negocio. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good, you know, for public safety and then more easy for you guys, if anything happen. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Question or comment? Okay. See any other my colleague have question or comment, we just say, I need a motion?
I would like to, considering Mr. Ibanez has a similar business in Providence, you know, he already has the experience, he's employing Central Club residents, I think it makes sense to allow this.
Yeah. And thank you for coming to Center for to invest here in the city. All right. You're welcome. I'm going to look at it. Yeah, we just say in the motion.
So I have a motion.
Councilwoman Laina made the motion, who second? Councilwoman De Rosa Martinez second. The same, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion approved.
6-0.
Felicidades. Congratulations.
Next item on the agenda is the Class A restaurant license, New Tacos El Paraíso, Rhode Island, doing business as Tacos El Paraíso, 428 Dexter Street. We have Ms. Giovanni Padilla.
Hola.
Hi, Mr. Giovanni. Welcome to the Center for City Council tonight. ¿Listo? Alright, thank you. I see Mr. Padilla, you wanna open the Taco El Paraíso located 428 Dexter Street? 428?
Yes.
Alright. Si I'm not wrong, this is the old, the
California taco.
California Taco, right?
No, it's the.
No, it's the old California Taco building, the building, the space. El espacio de...
Ahora es nuevo.
Sí, pero en esa localización.
Sí.
It's in this location. Alright. Okay. Alright, I see in your application, as I say, you had this type of business before?
No.
First time? Okay. Nice. Congratulations, you want to do a business owner in the restaurant side. How many employees do you plan to have?
9.
9? Okay. I see, can you hours operation is 10 a.m., 12 a.m.?
10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
11?
11 p.m.
Okay, perfect, okay. You're in the application, say 12 for that time.
La aplicación dice que es a medianoche, pero tú vas como un día.
Okay,
Solo un día a las 12.
So just one day from.
okay, one day.
Yes.
Creo que el viernes.
I believe it's Friday.
All right, you want to open Friday to 12 a.m.?
No, vas a cerrar el viernes a las 12. Just to close at midnight.
Okay, perfect. Just for clarifying. Okay. And also, do you have, I said anything question, the other one has security camera in the building?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Do you plan, have the alcohol license? No, no alcohol for now? For now, you don't plan to have alcohol in the future?
No.
No, just food? Okay, perfect, thank you. Alright, and do you plan to have AC for employees?
Yes.
Perfect, that's good for economic operation. Thank you so much. Okay, for that say, I don't have any more questions for now. Just I want to say thank you for being the for opening your business. Maybe my other colleagues have any question or comment for Mr. Padilla?
Mr. Padilla. ¿Tiene licencia de comida?
Sí.
Driver's license? Okay. So you got that. Who's certified? ¿Quién está certificado?
¿Cómo está certificado?
¿Quién está certificado? Okay. Who's certified?
Norma Flores y Giovanni Padilla. Norma Flores, Giovanni Padilla.
Eso es.
Gracias.
If I may, a lot of questions. I just have one. So, I love that you're choosing Central Falls and that you're choosing to be an entrepreneur and own your own business.
Me encanta la idea de que esto es un negocio Santa Cruz, me encanta la idea de que seas un emprendedor aquí en esta ciudad.
However,
Sin embargo,
there are a lot of Mexican businesses or businesses that sell tacos here in the city. And considering that was previously California Taco Shop and it closed, what is your plan to make sure that your business is successful?
so, debido a que pues aquí en la ciudad de Santa Cruz han habido varios negocios como mexicanos, ¿verdad? Como California Tacos, ¿verdad? Y ahora pues que ya están cerrados a este negocio. ¿Cómo tú planeas hacer tu negocio de una manera más accesible para los residentes?
Va a ser tacos también, van a hacer comida mexicana.
Mexican.
But what is your plan to make sure that you stand out because, right, like, there's a lot of competition, right? And we want to make sure that your business is successful.
So, ¿cómo piensas tú hacer todo ese plan tuyo de ser algo diferente que ya tienen los demás negocios mexicanos para que tu negocio de alguna manera a largo plazo tenga éxito en la ciudad?
Y una vez que tenga diferentes sabores y buenas recetas.
Okay, different flavor and different attention. Gracias. Gracias.
You got one more?
Anyone else?
Yeah, I got one more.
¿Quieres una pregunta más rápida?
Who's gonna be paying you now? Are you still gonna do that?
All right, with that said, I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Gustavo Martinez made the motion. Councilman Solato second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion approved. Thank you. Felicidades.
Gracias.
Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Next item on the agenda is a Class A restaurant license mule, LRA Restaurant Inc. for the business of Stanley's Famous Burgers, Hamburgers, 535 Fletcher Street. We have Mr. Lewis Augusta here.
Hi, Luis. Welcome to the Central Falls City Council. The creation is for amazing and popular and famous style burger here in the city of Central Falls. Because I had a question because it's new because
Well, he had a liquor license that came along with the food license. Lewis decided he didn't want to do liquor anymore, so he's applying for a Class A restaurant, so he only serves food.
okay.
So he doesn't know.
That's my clarification because I know it's no new business.
He's not a new business,
in the business.
he's
How
requesting
many
a new
years?
license.
All right, thank you for the clarification for the record, Mr. Clerk. All right, Mr. Louis. No, as I say, I don't have many questions for you. I know you business, I know you for many years. Side is very popular, very good place in the State Island, not in Central Falls. I want to say thank you for continuing doing business here in the city. Thank you for that. I don't know if any of my colleagues have a question or comment from Mr. Luis.
I just had a clarifying question. I had a similar thought to you, Councilman Rivas, and what license did Stanley's have before if it wasn't a Class A restaurant? Like that's the part
It
where.
was a BV.
What?
BV, which is basically, it's a liquor victualling license. So in the state of Rhode Island, in order to serve liquor, you also have to serve food.
Yep.
So he basically had a beer and wine. I think he had a full bar though, from what I understand, right?
No, just the
Beer and wine plus food.
Got
So
it.
And
you
now
have-
you apply just for the food.
Now you apply just for the food, so you have the option of either applying for both,
Yep,
but if you have the DV, you don't need the food license because state law
because
says you
it
have.
requires you to sell it already. Got it. That's all. Thank you.
All right, any other one comment? You have any comment or question for Mr. Luis, any the motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Councilmember Casaria made the motion, Councilwoman Rosado Martinez second, with the same, all in favor say aye. Aye. Perfect, thank you, Mr. Luis.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a petition of the Central Falls City Council, American Columbia Liquor, 738 Broad Street, requesting another 3-month extension on licensing renewal due to repairs to the building. We do have the owner here. Please state your name and address, please.
Good evening, my name is Elizabeth Basquiat, and the business is 738 Broad Street, Central Coast.
And Mr. Desire, welcome to the Central Falls City Council tonight. Right, yes, we see here you applied for the extension for 3 more months.
Yes.
You guys can a little bit, why the reason?
Well, we had water damage in the building, and basically the building is being reconstructed from the walls to the roof, everything, and it's just taken us longer than we expected through financing and all that stuff we needed. We hope, we're praying.
Do you have any advice for the architects or engineering or something that they let you know exactly how much time do you guys need approximately?
No, we don't have an architect. I mean, our biggest problem was the roof, and we did get a commercial contractor, and the roof is repaired, and the building is totally sealed, like walls and all of that. Basically, we have some electrical issues that we are dealing with now.
Okay.
That's what's holding us up. We hope maybe a month or 2
Okay.
we'll be open.
Okay. Thank you for the information. Anyone have any question or comment?
Are you the owner of the building?
No, my mother is. I'm the treasurer and the administrator. We've been there. I've been personally running it for 25 years.
Yeah, and your son too, right?
Yes, my sons both work with me.
Yes. It's definitely a family business.
Yes.
All right. Any words? All right, see anyone have coming up for question for her? I need a motion.
I'll let you make the motion.
Councilwoman Maida made the motion.
Second.
Councilman Peguero second. With the same, all in favor say aye.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Motion passes
Good
6-0.
night.
Next item on the agenda, number 7, schedule of bills, hearings, and consideration. A resolution supporting House Bill 7199 and Senate Bill 2291, Rhode Island Survivor Early Release Termination Act. Councilwoman Diana.
Yes, thank you. So I'm really proud to sponsor this resolution that supports, as mentioned, House Bill 7199 and Senate Bill 2291. It's the Rhode Island Survivor Early Release Termination Act. This legislation is really about safety, dignity, choice. Survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking should not be forced to choose between their personal safety and a legally binding lease. And so this bill creates a pathway for survivors to leave unsafe situations without having to face additional financial or legal harm. And for example, in communities like Central Falls, where housing stability and personal safety are already major concerns, this kind of protection really matters. And support for this bill is about removing barriers for people who are already navigating incredibly difficult circumstances. So I really appreciate my colleagues' support in this resolution and supporting the bills.
Thank you, Councilwoman Maida. All right. With that said, I need a motion. Councilman Peguero made the motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Rosado Martinez second. Please, Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Councilperson Moreno?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa? Yes. Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a resolution designating the week of February 7th through February 14th, 2026 as Continuum Heart Defect Awareness Week in Central Falls. Councilperson Moreno.
Thank you. I'm also proud to sponsor this resolution. CHD, is one of the most common birth defects, and many families are affected long before they ever feel seen or supported. So this resolution is about bringing awareness, about early detection, and acknowledging the strength of families who are navigating complex medical journeys. By naming this week, we're helping to elevate information, reduce stigma, and just remind families that they're not alone. So I would appreciate my colleagues' support in this resolution as well.
Thank you, Councilwoman Varela. All right, I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Rosado Martinez made the motion.
No second.
Councilman Solano second, with the same, is the criminal report, please?
Councilperson Moreno?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Councilperson Alberto Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Thank
Motion
you.
passes 6-0.
Thank you, everyone. These resolutions now passed really reflect our responsibility as a council to recognize these challenges that families face, and so whether that's navigating safety, housing, or health, we're using our voice to support awareness, protection, and compassion, and I appreciate you all.
Next item on the agenda is a resolution recognizing February 2026 as Teen Dating Violence Awareness and Prevention Month. Councilperson Moreno.
Yes, that's also me. Sorry, I forgot really quick. So this I feel is equally important. As someone who experienced teen dating violence when I was younger, we don't really talk about it enough. And I feel that this is, again, raising awareness, and we need to ensure that our young people know what love really looks like and what it's supposed to look like, and that they are not, subject to unnecessary violence at a young age. And, this one is deeply personal for me, and so, again, would love your support.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Marina. And the motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Rosado Martinez made the motion.
I'll second that.
Councilman Kazarian second, with the same, please, Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Councilperson Moreno?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Rosado Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rivas Lugo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda under D is a resolution expressing solidarity with the people of Minnesota following the deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Good in Minneapolis. Councilperson Rivas Lugo by request.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Today I stand in solidarity with the people of Minnesota as they mourn for the loss of Alex and Renee in Minneapolis. We honor the life for their family in our heart and reaffirm our commitment to compassion, justice, and the value of the every human life. And here in the city center of Fort Yale, in the city of Rhode Island, we stand with this family in Minneapolis. Thank you. With that say, I think for the support of my colleague to approve the resolution.
Councilman Rivas, if I may, I really appreciate you putting this resolution forth and strongly condemn the loss of life in Minnesota. The death of Alex Preddy and Renee Good were devastating and deeply troubling. And unfortunately, all we can offer in this moment, aside from awareness, is our thoughts, and say that our thoughts are with their families and the communities as investigations continue. I also did want to acknowledge that violence, trauma, and forced separation have also impacted many families here in our own communities in ways that often go unseen and unrecognized. And so as we hold space for those named here, I also believe it's important that we hold space for all who have been harmed by the systems that separate loved ones and create fear within families. So with that, I'd like to make the motion to approve the resolution.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Because moving by now, made the motion to see moving Rosa Martinez second, the same, Mr. Clerk, roll call.
Councilperson Moreno?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Gonzalo Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rivas Ludo?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda under E is an ordinance regarding appeals of the municipal housing court introduction. Councilperson Rivas Ludo by request.
Any motion introduction? It's introduction.
Next item on the agenda is an ordinance regarding business hours and locations for retail cannabis establishments. Second reading, Councilperson Rivas Ludo by request.
Public hearing open. Nobody sign up for the public hearing. Public hearing closed. Alright, with that said, when the public hearing closed, I need a motion. Yeah, Cesar, go ahead.
Mr. President, the law department continues to do research on this topic, and we would just ask if you would consider tabling this ordinance until such time as we can bring some more research back for the council.
Okay. With that said, I need a motion to table.
Thank you, Solicitor. I had a few questions around this, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. I'd like to make a motion to table.
Councilwoman Baena made the motion. Second, Councilman Solano second, the same. Please roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilperson Moreno?
Yes.
Councilperson Kazarian?
Yes.
Councilperson Figueroa?
Yes.
Councilperson Gonzalo Martinez?
Yes.
Councilperson Solano?
Yes.
Council President Pro Tem Rivas Ludo?
Yes.
Motion to table passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is adjournment.
I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Baena made the motion. Councilwoman Martinez second. Meeting conclude at 7:09. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.